there, friends. Today we're going to show you how to make these wine stoppers. I've just picked up cute little knobs from a variety of places, and using some old wine corks have made a bunch of wine stoppers to give as gifts this year. So of course the first thing you're going to need is a drawer pull, and like I said, I've just been collecting them from a variety of places. I also used my Dremel Workstation and my Dremel 200, which are really made this job so easy. You need a wine bottle to test the size of your cork as you're making it. Of course, you're going to need some corks. I used an electric knife for some of my corks to cut them down. And you're going to need a drill and a screw. And this was a 3/16 inch screw. And I cut off the very tip of it with my Dremel using the cutting blade. And you're also going to need some sandpaper, and I used the 100 grit sandpaper for this. The sandpaper you're going to use to kind of taper down the cork to make the shape you want to get into the wine bottle. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is look at my cork and the size of my screw, and I'm going to cut down my screw just a little bit so that I don't risk it poking through the bottom. And to do that, I'm going to use my Dremel, but I'm going to take out this drill bit and substitute the cutting blade, cutting wheel. And definitely wear your safety glasses for this. Some of these metals will spark, just as a warning. So I'm going to cut down about that much. Once again, safety glasses are important. And then I'm just going to sand off a little bit of it after I've got that big piece cut off. And that's just about the perfect length. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the top. And so I'm going to put my Dremel back down, put in the drill bit, and I'm using a 1/8 inch drill bit here. The Dremel comes with a nice guidelines, but I also made this little gauge to help me line that up even better. And I just made sure I had 90-degree angles when I did that. And so I can just line this up on the Dremel gauge and just drop it down and make sure I'm right in the center. And I have to move this over just a skosh, the technical term skosh. Let's see. Line up my gauge again, and I'm still off a little. All right. And this hole at the bottom of the Dremel base just happens to be the perfect size for a cork, as Kismet would have it. Just making sure one more time. So then I'm just going to put my cork in that hole and just make sure that it's not, tilted at an angle at all. And I just slowly drop the, before I turn the power on, just eyeball it too, just to make sure my cork is not tilted. And turn it on and drill it. I'm not interested in going all the way through the cork. I just want to, halfway through the spine. All right. And the next step now is going to be kind of sanding it down. And I'm going to use the drill with the cut off head of that screw and my sandpaper to kind of taper it down. I'm just going to get the cork just a little bit on the screw. And you can see here how I want to just whittle it down a little bit, just make it narrow at the bottom And also I'm going to have to sand down the sides. Not only do I want to get the lettering off, but to make it a little thinner as well. And I'm just going to put it in the wine bottle from time to time to see if it fits. Once I've got it down to the size I want, I'm going to use the sandpaper to smooth off just the very top and very bottom of the wine cork. It's just easier to do it this way than with the drill. And this is just the top that's going to be closest to the knob. I'm just smoothing off the edges there. Then it's just a matter of mixing up some epoxy. Excuse my little photo bomber there. Let me unplug everything so she doesn't get into trouble. I'm using Gorilla Glue epoxy, and the dispenser makes it really easy to dispense the equal amounts at one time. Their directions say it cures in 5 minutes, but I give it a good 24 hours. It's just a matter of mixing it up and applying it to the base, to the stem of the knob. And screwing it in, knowing that some of the epoxy is going to kind of squeeze out against the base of the knob, which in this case is perfectly fine because it has a really kind of a big base there. And so start to finish, it took me about 15 minutes for each of these wine stoppers. And now I'm getting some good gifts together for friends and family. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you have a great day.